Hey guys, my name is Sydney and I'm currently an intern with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. I am so thankful to get to be here, to get to use technology, to connect with you, and to share with you some things that the Lord has been revealing to me recently. And so immediately when I was asked to film a devotional, I quickly grabbed my FCA journal. And I was flipping back through old devotionals, quiet times, messages, just to kind of get inspired, get into the mindset, and to remind myself of God's promises. And what was so cool is I came across this devotional that I had written 3 months ago for one of my huddles. And this was long before COVID-19, long before being quarantined. And amidst circumstances within that season, I was never able to give this devotional. And the title of it, or my main message, is "You can never leave home but still be desperately lost." And when reading this, I realized I don't think this was a message that the Lord gave me to share with my huddle, but instead He gave it to me to share with you guys here and now, in the midst of us being recommended not to leave home. And so I'm really excited to get to share this with you. It's a story of 2 lost sons. So some of you guys may have heard the story of the prodigal son. If not, no worries, I'm going to give a little recap. But it is about 2 brothers. So a father has 2 sons and is a landowner. He's doing well off. He has a lot of assets. The younger son goes up to the father and says, "Hey, I want half of my inheritance." And this is super disrespectful. Like, he's basically telling his father, like, "Hey, I would rather you be dead so that I can get my half of your stuff." Super disrespectful. And yet the father gives it to him, and the son runs off and he blows through all of his money. He ends up being starving. He has nowhere to live. He has nothing to drink. And he thinks, "Hey, I might as well go home. I'll ask my father to take me as one of his servants. At least then I'll have food to eat and a roof over my head." So the son returns back in shame. And his father runs out to meet his son, gives him a kiss, and takes him back, not as one of his workers, but as his beloved son. He greets him with only acceptance and forgiveness. And this is a beautiful story about a father's love and about the redemption and, about never being too far gone for God to receive us back into His family. But I really want to focus on the older brother, the brother who never left home. So I'm going to be reading out of Luke 15, starting in chapter 25. Meanwhile, the older son was in the fields working. When he returned home, he heard music and dancing in the house. And he asked one of the servants what was going on. "Your brother is back," he was told, "and your father has killed the fattened calf. We are celebrating because of his safe return." The older brother was angry and would not go in. His father came out and begged him, but he replied, "All these years I've slaved for you and never once refused to do a single thing you told me to do. And in all that time, you never gave me even one young goat for a feast with my friends. Yet when this son of yours comes back after squandering your money on prostitutes, you celebrate by killing the fattened calf." His father said to him, "Look, dear son, you have always stayed by me, and everything I have is yours. We had to celebrate this happy day, for your brother was dead and has come back to life. He was lost, but now he is found." So his brother's reaction was not necessarily a joyful homecoming for his younger brother. His first reaction here, if we break it down, about hearing his brother's return, is he was angry. And he refused to even go into the party. So here, he's not only refusing to greet his brother, but he's bringing embarrassment on his dad. He threw this party and he won't even go in. He's pouting outside. Secondly, he compares his journey to the journey of his brother. He says, All these years I've slaved for you and never once refused to do a single thing you told me to do. So in this, he's reminding his dad, well, I've always been faithful. Well, I've never refused you. And now you're celebrating the son who refused you and who has shamed you and who has spent all of this money. He's comparing himself. And thirdly, he judges. Yet, when this son of yours comes back after squandering your money, you celebrate. Notice how he says, this son of yours. He doesn't say this brother of mine. He doesn't say this family member of ours. He completely severs that tie. And then he not only judges his brother for running off and squandering the money, but he's now judging the father for celebrating. He does not think that this is a case for celebrating, and he's judging his dad's action in doing so. And so when we break it down, we can see the sinfulness of the older brother here, but the danger is the older brother does not see his own sin. Only the younger brother realizes his sinfulness and returns back to the father. And so what I want to ask you guys during this time is, what are you doing? What are you spending your time on now that we can't leave home? Are you working hard like the older brother, trying to earn your place? Or are you running from your father like the younger brother, seeking things of this world, seeking distractions instead of hope? Wherever you are in your walk, whichever brother you can relate more to, our solution is the same. It is to return to the Father, to acknowledge our sinfulness, and to accept His love and forgiveness, which He will freely give. And so I hope this message was an encouragement to you. I hope you guys are all staying safe. Know that your FCA family, that we are thinking about you, that we're praying for you, and we are wishing you guys all the best.